What's up everybody and welcome into a brand new FIFA Friday here on TGI. I'm Matt and today we're going to be carrying on with our FIFA 16 manager mode with Aston Villa here. Last time out was a really successful start to the season, bringing in new faces, kicking off our Premier League campaign with a 3 wins out of 3, perfect start there. So this time out we will be going through a couple more games and getting ourselves into the transfer deadline day. See if we can bring in 1 or 2 more faces before that window closes. But before we just very quickly get into that, just to remind you, this is something we do every single Friday, where we do a brand new Let's Play of this FIFA series, along with other Let's Plays, conversations, videos, news, all that stuff. You can find everything on our website though, thegamerinitiative.com. The link to that is down below. So, with that in mind, let's get straight into this season now. Like I said, last time out, really successful with a Premier League campaign, but we turn our attentions now to the Capital One Cup. Aston Villa versus Newcastle, 2 clubs that are now officially relegated from the Premier League in real life, coming up against one another in the Capital One Cup. So, as we did with previous seasons gone by, we will go to our quote-unquote cup team, our second choice 11 here. As you can see now, pretty happy with how our second 11 is lining up in terms of quality all across the pitch. Our weakest area, if anything, is probably Guia in the centre of the park. He doesn't really add a huge amount to us. That could be something if we have enough money. We could look to maybe try and sign another centre back, but at the moment, as you can see, Reedwald is having to go in at left back, so we do need another left back. If you remember last time out, we do have an offer accepted for Fuka Masuaku, sorry. So he should be coming. It's just the time of dealing with his contract, but he's not quite going to arrive in time for this game. So we'll get into it anyway straight away, and hopefully, obviously we won the Capital Cup last time out, so hopefully we can have a good run at it again, try and defend our title here with a game away to Newcastle. And we made it, boys, just about. But we did make it through to the next round of the Capital One Cup. It's taken us extra time in order to get past Newcastle. Maybe a little bit of pre or new week rust. They had a good chance early on here. Thought it was saved well by the keeper, but it actually comes off the bar from Wijnaldum. Sarabia very, very late on Tim Krul and very lucky to get away with only a yellow card there. Really should have been red. Tried to intercept it, but got the timing on that all wrong. Tim Krul, understandably not happy with that challenge. But it was a game fiercely contested in the first half, wasn't really creating much. But as the game went on, we started creating stuff. He had a really good chance there for Adama, but unfortunately took himself the extra touch and it gave Krul enough time to come out and narrow the angles right down. And then Newcastle themselves had a good effort, but then Dragowski did the same, out quick to smother at Riviera's feet and just about getting enough on it to prevent that chance. So that kept it at 0-0 with a chance of a header here. Okore going to attack it, but Adama getting in his way. Really frustrating there. And then Prayet came on. He was made a big difference. Had a chance to roll it in the far corner, but put it just the wrong side of the post. And then we're really starting to press here. Geist with a long range effort. Krul making the save. Could we get the goal before the 90 minutes? We couldn't, unfortunately. It was going to extra time thanks to that 90th minute save. But then continued that pressure in the early start of extra time. And then here we're the man over. And Jesse also on. Real composure there to cut inside on Stephen Taylor and bend it in the far corner. This time past Tim Krul. 1-0. And that's how it stayed. After that, not many other chances. Every player obviously very fatigued, very tired, having to play at 120 minutes. Our passing accuracy in that game was not the best in terms of like that final pass in the final third. Kept, unfortunately, kind of going astray and just wasn't a very good game. But we got ourselves the win, which is all that matters at the end of the day. So what we got here... Baker is gone. He's been sold. Masuaka, he's accepted his contract. So we bring him in. Very, very nice. Good addition. Good young left back there coming in. Really good. Happy with that. There's our final scouting on him. Not that it really matters now. So in terms of, I was just talking about before, like other central midfielders we could potentially bring in. Tielemans way too expensive. Lerma just doesn't really improve what we've got. Okay, yeah, he's pretty strong, but his passing not the best, really. It's okay, but it's not great. Bazoa, his passing is a little bit better. Definitely not as good defensively. Long shots, not great, but he's got good physical attributes. Good reactions, good speed. So pretty well balanced and nice and young. So he could be, what was the value on him? So he's 78 overall, 9 million. So obviously a little bit cheaper. So he might be the extra one that we could bring in. Let's have a look and see how much money we've got left over, and then we can kind of try and see if we can play it and bring him in. So we can move this all the way across to here for 11 million. So we might be able to bring him in. Maybe. Well, obviously we're looking at shifting Goya out the other way because we won't need him. He's basically coming in to replace Goya. So with that in mind, who else have we got? Anyone else? Emre Can, he ended up going to Juventus, so we're not going to bring him in. Nope, no one there. Oh no, not sorry, not that one. And who is this guy scouting in? Anyone in the central mid? No. So yeah, I think Bazoa is the only realistic chance that we have. So we need to go to our short list here. Central mid Bazoa. Let's approach to buy him and see, because he is a slight improvement over Goya. They're saying there that he's going to need somewhere between 11 and 12 million. So how much is Goya? Goya's worth. So maybe if we can try 8 plus Goya. So they're basically getting the value of a player, and then they get Goya on top, which equals the kind of 11.5. In fact, let's knock that up. Let's knock that up to 9. Try and get the deal done. If he comes in, great. If not, I'm not hugely bothered. Goya's okay. It's just if we can get an improvement in there, then why not? We'll advance along here up a couple of days. We've got our game here against Sunderland. Obviously, then transfer deadline day. Oh, they've accepted the offer. So that's pretty good. Should be able to bring in him now, which is very, very nice. Add up 30 grand on there. 4 years. In fact, just to make sure we get him, let's go 35. And he'll be important. He's not going to be crucial because he'll be rotating around. So bring him in. And then we'll advance along here. If we can get him in before this game, then even better. Looks like Coutinho might be on his way out of Liverpool there. So there we go. He has. I'm really behind this club now, and as such, I've signed that new contract I was offered. So remember last time out, Okoye was talking about leaving the club, and he was going to let his contract wind down. He's now changed his mind. He's signed that contract extension, which is pretty good because he did have less than a year on his deal. So if we didn't get him signed up, then that would have left us kind of a little bit stretched. So there we go. Bringing in Bazoa. Very, very nice. He's been added. We've had some transfer offers in here for a couple of our more senior players. Obviously, we're not going to be selling any of them, even though technically we could sell Neves. Now we bought in Bazoa, but no, he's definitely one that we want for the future. Ruben Neves, unless we get a ridiculous offer. It looks like plenty of clubs are interested in him, but you know, only offering his value. No, we'd have to get something pretty decent. Villarreal interested in Pryor, but for now, not going to sell him. He hasn't really progressed quite as much as I was hoping. I was hoping he'd kind of be nearer to 80 overall now. Maybe we can add him into the training and try and increase his stats a little bit quicker through there. So obviously we can't do that just now, but we will definitely look to do that next time it's available, because yeah, it would be quite good if we can get him to improve. I was hoping he would have. He only really improved by, I think, 1 overall, even with the great season he had last year. So a little bit disappointing, but there we go. What are we going to do? There was something in here before about, if you remember last time out, we accepted the offer of England, so we are going to have to do the squad for England, but that's fine. We don't need to worry about that just yet. Let's get into this game here against Sunderland. Going back to our first team, as it were. Just while I think about it, you know, in terms of squad, so obviously we now got Bazoa, so we'll move him onto the bench ahead of Vatut because he looks like he's a slightly better overall. And there is our backup. As you can see, pretty much all the excess has now left the squad. We literally just have 2 players in every position, which is fine. That's all I really want anyway. We generally survive it. I touch wood that we won't get too many injuries. That is the only slight concern. But, you know, next year maybe we'll look to add to the squad because there's definitely no one that we need to sell in the immediate future now, so we can just look to add depth as the years go on. So that is very nice. And then on, just while I think about it, on this one here, we can put now our new left back in and our new central midfielder in, and then we don't need well done, Richard, so we'll move Geis onto the bench there. Richard can go up there. Just like to do this all so it's all the right way around. There we go, very nice. So that's now both our teams set up. Happy with that. So let's get into this game anyway against Sunderland, and then we'll go up to the transfer deadline day. Obviously, we're not going to be signing anyone. As you can see, we have used up all of our money, pretty much. Don't really have much left in way of transfer budget or wages at this moment in time. Not that really matters. We don't have anything we need to do. There's no contracts we urgently need to sign. But let's get into this now, and we can have a look at transfer deadline, see what people are doing, even if it's not going to be us. But returning to the league, let's see if we can make it 4 wins out of 4 against Sunderland. And while we may have struggled against their Tyneside rivals, we had no such problem putting away Sunderland. Bazoa, on his debut, inside 5 minutes, unleashed a thunderbolt into the top corner. What a debut for him, getting himself a goal that early on. And then within 15 minutes, Sinclair was through and put the ball past Pickford. Really don't know where the defence had gone there, but at that stage the game was already won. It was already over. We had chance to add to it. Sarabia going very close, beating Pickford, but also beating the post. And after that, there was a little bit of showboating going on. Why not? We were already way ahead. A couple of unnecessary challenges going in there. Akure, never scared to get stuck in. As you can see, giving our second 11 another run out here. Other chances to try and score. Sarabia never really going to sneak it in from that kind of angle, but wins himself a corner. In terms of that, after the really fast start where we had those 3 chances, there wasn't a lot that happened. The game kind of drifted by. I think Sunderland already knew that they would beat. Villa knew they already had the game in the bag. But Sane came on and he bent one into the far corner beautifully past the outstretched arm of the keeper, getting himself on the score sheet. Why not? It'd been a while. Sunderland mustering themselves a half chance, but Fletcher was never going to trouble the keeper. And that was it, 3-0. The result, another goal fest for Aston Villa in the Premier League. It seems that they just can't stop scoring. Amazing to think that last time out it took us 110 minutes before we could pick up a goal, and this week, or this game out, no such problem whatsoever. So what have we got here? Transfer offers coming in for Solomon. Yeah, we can sell him. We have no need for him. So he has gone. Sarabia, he's unhappy. Don't know why he's unhappy. He's just started back-to-back games. Getting offered reasonable money. But we're not going to sell him. We've only just bought him in less than a year ago. No need to sell him just yet. We will look through the players' morale and try and cheer up anyone that is unhappy, because I definitely don't want players being unhappy, especially this early on in the season. So if we load the previous session, but have a look, anyone here? So I'm trying to get Sane's passing up. That's fair enough. Adama, yeah. Shah, we can take Shah out. Shah's already far enough along. I really want to get Pyatt up there. What can we give him? Give him don't really need him to work on his defending. Maybe his passing. His passing's pretty good. What's his shooting like? Yeah, we could improve his, or even his free kicks. Maybe. I think that's a bit far off. Let's go with his long shots. No, not too bad. Let's go with his attacking position, shot power. No, like finishing is more like the finesse stuff inside. Yeah, we'll go with that. Sorry, we'll go with that for him. We simulate all those up. Hopefully, we can move him up just a little bit because really, there you go. Looking at getting an A in his class there. Didn't really go up by a huge amount, but hopefully we can get him up to like an 80 or something overall. I really think he should be a low 80s kind of player. So we'll simulate up here to transfer deadline. As I said last time out, player sold, it's fine. People seem to be really keen on trying to sign Neves, but he's happy, he's in good form, he's not going anywhere. He's still a very important part of our... I think I'm going to have to reject all offers because we just seem to be getting too many in for Neves on him at the moment. Right, one more day up to transfer deadline. So now we can have a look, we can go through. We're not going to do any business. Even if I wanted to, we don't have the money. So we'll advance up here. And what we'll do is just before that, we spent 62 million. We have made 23 of player sales, so we've only really spent 40 million, which is not too bad, I suppose. But we will simulate up here and have a look and see what people have been doing in terms of business, and we'll give that an assessment. Dennis Pyatt, trying to sign him last minute. No, not unless you want to give me 50 million. If you want to give me 50 million, because on deadline day, if you want to give me 50 million for Pyatt, I will take that any day of the week. But anything shy of that, not really in the mood for selling him right now. I don't believe he's worth that much. Don't believe he's worth that much. Well, what a shock. He's not worth that much. Just wondering whether or not anyone's willing to pay stupid money. Got to pay stupid money on deadline day. Never want him for Dennis Pyatt. God. Let's be a bit more sensible. Let's say 40. I would definitely go no less than 40 though. At this stage, because we have to bring in someone at the absolute last minute. Yeah, so see, people are still trying to sign him. I think for now, we will put that down to stop us getting initial offers in, because now we're at the stage where it's going to be too late for the last few hours to sign anyone else in, so I think that's our business done by the looks of it. And we'll go up to 1 hour left, and then we'll have a look at the big deals that have gone through. So, all right, one hour left. So let's have a look. Arsenal, they've brought in a couple of players, no one of huge value. Henri Martinez, so more probably prospect signings, typical from them. Chelsea spending big, bringing in the likes of Boateng, Cerny, so there's some big signings from them there. Nothing from Villa, nothing from Everton. Little signing there by Hull, but nothing huge. Liverpool will be spending some serious money on Gross Cowick and also Philippe Anderson, so a couple of good signings for them. But as you can see, they've lost really important players in Sturridge and Coutinho, so they really needed to replace those. Can obviously is replaced really well by Gross and also Coutinho with Anderson, but they haven't really replaced Sturridge, so that might cost them. City, not really done anything there, value. It's obviously not the silver, they already have the silver. United spending big, bringing in the likes of Shanik and others. Su, can't say I recognise him, but he's obviously worth good money. 19 million from Newcastle. Norwich, a little bit of business. Berahino has gone to QPR. Some decent money being spent by Sheffield Wednesday in their return there. Probably Nathan Dyer, the standout. Spurs doing no business, only selling Vertonghen. And that is it. Or Tayson. No, he's obviously come in and replaced Berahino for West Brom. Nothing going on at West Ham. So in terms of other deals, we'll just very quickly have a look here. In terms of other big deals, you can see there the big deals of the summer. We already knew about Boateng and Pjanic, but also Suarez going to PSG for $65.5 million. Not actually that bad business at all when you consider the kind of form he's been in. So that's the end of transfer deadline. No more signings to be done. To squad submission here on the English squad. So we've got a few things that we need to decide. I had kind of done this squad previously, but we've now lost Ross Barkley to an injury. That's a shame, so we'll have to look to bring him in, swap him out. Is it too late? Can I not swap him? Doesn't look like detailed position. Oh no, it's not position, I want role. Central attacking midfielder. So yeah, we don't really have much other options to replace Ross Barkley, that's for sure. Could I even swap it if I wanted to? Yeah, I can, so I just need to search someone. Detailed. Let's just go anyone that has got potential of at least 80. Not many options at all. Wayne Rooney is the best bet. I didn't really want him in my squad, but I suppose realistically I'm going to have to bring him in. Probably won't play, but don't have any other choices. So World Cup qualifiers coming up here for England. Like I said, we're not going to spend a huge amount of time on it. I suppose we could play Rooney in the hole there, and then have Lallana on the bench, Kyle Walker maybe in place of Dele Alli. There we go. So yeah, not going to spend huge time playing these games, literally going to simulate them all through. If it comes to the situation that I get fired or whatever, I don't really care. Just, you know, English manager, can't pass up the opportunity to manage England. Hopefully it'll go well for us. There we go, 3-1 win over Greece. Very nice. Simulate up here. Simulate this match once again. And then a 1-1 draw away to Hungary. Not the best result, but could have been a lot worse. And there we go. Right, so we'll do our... Oh no, Payet is up to a 79 overall now, so he has increased since that last time out, which is good. Don't know what made him jump there all of a sudden, but maybe it's the fact that we're giving him training. Maybe he progressed while he was away, so that's good. He has gone up to 79 overall. Just keep going. Oh no, who's injured? Oh, okay, that's fine. I was panicking, going, "Oh no!" So one of our players has gone and got injured. Luckily, it's only Chris Smalling for England, which I don't really care about. For the upcoming match, Dennis White wants to play. Of course you can. Oh, of course you can. So I did say we're just going to have a quick look here, go through everyone's morale to see. Content is fine because it's a new signing. They're not going to always be happy straight away. Most people here look pretty happy. So the only person unhappy at the moment is Sarabia. By the looks of it. Everyone else... Oh, he's on loan. I don't care about him. He's on loan. He's on loan. And he's just arrived. So his happiness will improve as he plays games. The only person unhappy at the moment is Swabia. He's not playing this game. Pyatt's playing. Swabia's played the last two. But he's going to have to just, you know, suck up his ideas, get down, working hard, and prove to me that he needs to be first choice. Because at the moment, I'm still going with Swabia. We're getting here against this game against Palace and hopefully get ourselves another win. Continue this excellent start to the season. And we do manage to maintain that perfect start with another win. This time over Crystal Palace at Villa Park. A much tighter fought affair here, it must be said. Definitely, again, not at our fluent best in this game. Definitely not like it was against Sunderland anyway. You see early on Zaha picking up a free kick, or giving away a free kick in a dangerous area. It was a well floated cross in from Guys, and Rodriguez aiming it back across goal, but unfortunately couldn't hit the target. But there, Korea scored a couple of fantastic goals last time out. This one definitely won't be making any highlight reels, but it still counts in the stat book as a goal, a tap in after good work by Sane down the left. Pyatt almost squeezing one in at the near post, but not quite getting there, and that was it. There was really not much going on in that game at all. It was just, there was a couple of decent chances that we were just wide on that haven't come up in the highlights for one reason or another. But other than that, nothing really shout home from Crystal Palace. We contained them pretty well. Like I said, we have a couple of close chances that just went wide, but other than that, it was a pretty poor, uneventful game that time out against Crystal Palace. But a win nonetheless. And we can see now, as we prepare for our next video, what teams we have in our Champions League group. I was asking last time out what had happened to those tables, but it appears that they just don't do the draws until the end of August, which I don't know if that's, I can't remember exactly when they do them in the season. I thought it was a little bit earlier than that, but there we go. That's what it is, and we have been given the task of Barcelona in our group, so a pretty tough draw. Also unlikely to be accurate based on how the seeding works nowadays, because it's supposed to be that the champions automatically get a number 1 seed. So we were champions, so we should get a number 1 seed. So unless Barcelona didn't win the Spanish La Liga, then I definitely have a slight complaint to be made there. I would imagine the numbers are based on the seedings, if you look through it. I mean, like Spurs, why have Spurs got such an easier group? There's no way the Borussia Mönchengladbach, Besiktas or Club Brugge won their leagues, and if Brugge did, they wouldn't have been in one of the top 8 seeds anyway. PSG and Porto going in the same group, seems a little bit harsh as well. Dortmund winning Germany, yeah. Man United, see, like Man United as well, getting an easier group, and Chelsea have landed tough with Atletico and Inter. Real Madrid apparently are the number 1 seeds in that group, so that would imply, I don't know, there's something that seems a little bit off with the seeding. But anyway, that is our group. That's who we're going to have to deal with. We can aim for, obviously we'll aim for doing as well as we can, but you know, if we can get second, then I'll be pretty happy with that, that's for sure. But we'll take each game as it comes. It's a new experience for this squad, first time in the Champions League. Something I'm really looking forward to, and like I said, that will be our full focus for the next time out. In terms of conversations here, last match he's happy, and he's happy with his debut. Alfonso Aurelio getting himself a clean sheet, so glad everyone is happy apart from Swabia. Oh, and now actually, talk of the devil. Just before we close out, thank you for restoring me to the team. It means the world to me to play much weekly. So now he's happy. He knows he's played a couple of games. He knows that he is still part of our plans. So there we go. Our first game in the Champions League will be away to Copenhagen. Definitely the game that we're going to look to win and get ourselves off to a good start. They are the weakest team in our group by some way when you compare them to Galatasaray and Barcelona. So definitely one we need to try and get ourselves a win with if we can. Looking forward to that. Any suggestions for our lineups in terms of first 11 and second 11? These are our 22 players. There's our first 11 as it sits right now, and there is our second 11. Open to any suggestions you guys might have. But those are the 22 players we've got now until January, so we're going to have to make do with what we have. Really looking forward to the Champions League next time out though anyway. But thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you all next time.